Everyone expected Roger Federer to sail off into retirement surrounded by yachts, champagne, and supercars. But here's the twist. In 2025, he's living quietly in Switzerland, making espresso at sunrise, raising his 4 kids, and enjoying life like the legend he is. Seriously, it's kind of amazing how Roger Federer could easily be living the life of an A-list rock star, showing off his money and chasing headlines. Still, he's simply not that guy. You will never see him in the club with champagne bottles or your Instagram feed with his glamorous selfies. No way, he would rather spend time with his family, enjoy the fresh Swiss mountain air, and just chill with the Alps in the background. The guy has his priorities right. Even during his reign as the tennis king, and when the cameras were constantly on him, Federer didn't play the diva role and stayed humble. He still shows that Basil's kid energy, hated losing no doubt, but he was much more interested in playing than in collecting trophies. That humility, it never left, not after winning 20 Grand Slams, giving a zillion interviews, or enduring years in the spotlight. And let's be honest, a big part of keeping him relaxed is Mirka. She is more than a mere wife. She is his support, his built-in cheering team, his everything. According to the story, they met at the 2000 Sydney Olympics while both were representing Switzerland, and there were fireworks. Their relationship has been like a rock since then. No Hollywood-style drama. The only things that abound are mutual trust, respect, and love that is way beyond anything money could buy. Here's a funny detail most people miss. Federer kissed Mirka after losing, not once, but twice. That's so him, right? Always calm, always gracious. Because for Roger, his biggest win wasn't a Grand Slam. It was finding her. He said before that the best day of his life wasn't lifting a trophy or becoming world #1. It was meeting Mirka. She was a tennis player too, ranked inside the WTA top 100 before injuries ended her run early. But instead of leaving, she stayed by his side. Mirka became his travel partner, his PR manager, and his rock, giving up her own ambitions to help shape his career. In 2009, the two quietly tied the knot in their hometown of Basel, surrounded by only family and close friends. Since then, they've been almost inseparable. You'd spot her courtside at nearly every big match, sometimes with their kids cheering next to her. In a world where celebrity relationships burn out fast, Roger and Mirka's bond feels different, real, steady, and built on loyalty and respect. They didn't just fall in love once, they keep choosing each other every single day. What's tougher than facing Djokovic, Nadal, or Murray in a Grand Slam final? According to Federer, it's raising 2 sets of twins. Mila and Charlene entered the world in 2009, followed by Leo and Lenny in 2014. Federer often calls their births miracles, and by 2025, they're growing up fast enough to start giving him a run for his money in backyard games and morning debates. These days, Roger's biggest challenges don't happen on the court. They occur at home, breaking up squabbles, helping with homework, and making sure everyone's out the door for school on time. Press conferences have been replaced by parent-teacher meetings and post-match interviews by bedtime stories. But he wouldn't trade it for anything. Federer says fatherhood, much like tennis, demands patience, strategy, and resilience. And let's be honest, having a 20-time Grand Slam champion as your morning coach, it's both terrifying and amazing. For Roger, his true legacy isn't measured in trophies anymore. It's in the 4 little champions he's raising.
And the view.
Now about his place, it's not some over-the-top gold-plated mega mansion screaming, "Look at me!" Federer's home is nestled in the Swiss mountains, right on a lake. Think floor-to-ceiling windows with killer views of Lake Zurich, warm wood everywhere, and a vibe that's more come in, relax, then don't touch the furniture. You walk in and just get it. Privacy, chill, and a little slice of peace. Don't get it twisted though, he's still got some baller touches. There's a tennis court, of course, an infinity pool that basically melts into the lake, and an underground garage where he keeps his precious Mercedes-Benz rides. No random sports cars, just the classics. Very Federer. His kids have all the space they need to run wild, which was the whole point of building the place the way he did. The whole spot just screams calm and classy, Swiss to the core, with that laser-sharp architecture and straight-up minimalist style. Federer didn't build this house for clout or bragging rights. He built it for himself, for his crew, and to just, actually enjoy life. As for his cars, he's not out here treating them like props for some influencer post. No neon green Lambos or anything crazy. The man likes what he likes. Timeless, low-key, and seriously elegant. Kinda sums up the guy, doesn't it? When it comes to cars, Federer keeps things simple but classy. His daily ride, a Mercedes-Benz S-Class. Smooth, elegant, and effortless. Much like the man himself. For family trips, he hops into a Mercedes G-Wagon, and when he wants a bit of power, a couple of AMG models are ready to go. Don't expect neon Lamborghinis or over-the-top custom supercars here. Federer isn't about showy flexes. His garage, like his tennis game, exudes calm precision and quiet confidence. Each car says something about his taste, not his bank account. For Federer, driving is about enjoying the ride, not turning heads. In many ways, his choices behind the wheel mirror the man himself. Composed, thoughtful, and intentional in every move. By 2025, his net worth will sit comfortably over $600 million. And that's not just from prize money. Federer's sponsorships are legendary. His decade-long deal with Uniqlo alone pulled in $300 million. Add in Rolex, Mercedes-Benz, Moet and Chandon, Wilson, and a few others, and it's easy to see why Forbes called him the perfect brand ambassador. But here's the thing, Federer never just chased money. He was selective, only endorsing brands he truly believed in. Even his business choices reflected the same elegance he carried on court. Thoughtful, graceful, and focused on legacy rather than noise.
If you're always in the spotlight, how do you make room for someone else?
Then I have to tell you, as a professional athlete, you cannot stay up late nights.
If Federer constantly travels, how can he always stay relaxed?
I'm starting the refreshment program.
Roger Federer's career was remarkably clean. No fiery tantrums in court, no tabloid scandals, no messy lawsuits. Of course, even legends have small imperfections. His biggest controversy? Match scheduling. Some critics claimed he had the best times at major tournaments, especially Wimbledon, and a few even hinted at favoritism. Another minor debate arose when he stayed quiet on major political issues. Some fans wanted him to speak up more, but Federer always chose class over conflict, famously saying, "I'm a tennis player, not a politician." In a world obsessed with outrage, his calm approach felt refreshing. Off the court, Federer has quietly been changing lives in a way that might be even more impressive than his backhand. Roger Federer's not just some celebrity stamping his name on a charity. The dude rolls up his sleeves. Through his foundation, he's helped more than 2 million kids get a real shot at a decent education, not just in Switzerland, but all over Africa. He doesn't just sign checks and wave from afar either. He actually goes out there. Think bumpy rides to tiny villages, popping into classrooms, chatting with teachers, and seeing for himself what's working and what's not. The foundation's motto? Empowering through education. Nothing fancy, but man, it packs a punch. They've poured over $50 million into long-haul projects, mostly in places like Malawi, Namibia, Zambia, and South Africa. Spots that are way too easy to overlook. The focus isn't about quick fixes or feel-good headlines. It's about building something that lasts, stuff that'll still matter years from now. And honestly, Federer swears this is what lights his fire these days. Trophies are cool, sure, but he's all about giving kids a shot at a life with dignity and hope. It's the quiet stuff, the stuff away from the cameras, that really seems to matter to him.
Good evening, Roger Federer. Who's going to go first?
When he officially retired in 2022, the whole world got a little choked up. That goodbye. Whew. Tears everywhere, fans losing it, and then Nadal holding his hand. Straight up bromance, right there. Not just the end of a career, but a whole era in tennis, wrapped up with a bow and a bunch of feelings. Life after tennis, way more chill. Federer's mornings are now about pouring cereal, school runs, and family time. He still hits the court, but it's all for fun. No more pressure, no more chasing records, just pure love for the game. Off the court, he's not exactly fading into the background. He's got his hands in on running. Those shoes you see everywhere now. Pops up at fashion shows looking all sharp, and actually gets involved in designing products and building brands. Oh, and he's still hustling to make tennis bigger and better through his foundation work. Retirement for Federer is not about slowing. It's more about choosing what actually matters to him, packing his days with meaning, and just living life on his own terms. pretty inspiring, honestly.
Very, very good.
Federer's legacy isn't measured in numbers, it's in the way he played. Every shot was filled with elegance, every movement with grace, and that legendary forehand slice, pure magic. He didn't just win matches, he changed how tennis felt. It wasn't about raw power, it was art. He made fans tear up, opponents smile, and kids believe anything is possible. By 2025, Federer isn't just remembered, he's revered. Players study his technique, fans still sport his RF caps, and ask any top pro, Nadal, Djokovic, even rising stars like Alcaraz, they all say the same thing. There's tennis before Roger, and tennis after Roger. His style, his sportsmanship, and his quiet confidence set a blueprint, not just for athletes, but for anyone chasing excellence without losing their humanity. In 2025, Federer's life isn't about flash or fame. It's about family, peace, legacy, and giving back. From tennis royalty to devoted dad, he proves that you don't need to be loud to be legendary.